Well, let me ask you this. Why did you take the gun?
I got it for just to protect myself, but honestly, I like don't eat meat. Like I could never kill anything. Like even if it came to that point, I wouldn't have been able to use it on a person.
Go ahead and check and make sure there's not anything else I'm missing.
Okay.
Get your keys, get those back to you.
And I'll say this, I appreciate y'all's professionalism, and I appreciate the way y'all handle this. I know y'all handle it in a very ethical way.
Well,
I
appreciate you. I know no one wants someone showing up at the doorstep early in the morning.
No, I'm glad.
Sure.
Y'all did y'all's job, and I appreciate it.
Well, the way I look at it, man, if it was me on the other side of it, I'd want to do the same thing for me. You know?
I did. I appreciate all y'all's. Y'all done a very thorough job, and I appreciate it.
All right.
Rape victim commits suicide after being bullied by cops protecting her wealthy attacker. A college student committed suicide after she reported her sexual assault to the police and was bullied into silence, all because of her attacker's identity. By Rachel Blevins, June 26, 2017. Over 1 year after 21-year-old Megan Rondini committed suicide, a new report is giving insight into the abuse she experienced at the hands of the wealthy man who allegedly raped her and the police who covered it up. When Rondini was found dead on February 26, 2016, the only note she was accompanied by was an intake form for SMU's mental health center, in which she revealed that she thought she was better off dead more than half of the time, and she listed her major life crises as raped, bullied by police, changed university, according to a report from BuzzFeed. Just 1 year before she ended her life, Rondini was attending the University of Alabama on an honors scholarship. She had a 3.8 GPA, she was part of a coveted MBA program, and she was working after class at a lab studying Alzheimer's disease. However, all of that changed in July 2015, when Rondini accepted a ride home from one of the wealthiest men in Tuscaloosa. T.J. Bunn Jr. or Sweet T is a member of the St. Bunn construction family. His father and the owner of the company, Terry Bunn, is listed as one of the most influential men in Alabama, in addition to being an influential University of Alabama donor and supporter. When Rondini reported her encounter with Sweet T to the police, she did so after escaping from his mansion, going to the hospital for a forensic exam, and then arriving at the police station in the middle of the night, according to the report from BuzzFeed. The 34-year-old later told authorities he offered 20-year-old Megan a ride home because he and a friend saw her leaving downtown Tuscaloosa alone. Megan couldn't remember how she ended up in Sweet T's white Mercedes on the way to his ornate mansion. But, Megan later told police, she was sober enough by the time he pointed her toward his bedroom to know she didn't want to have sex with him, and, she said, Sweet T should have known it, too. Alabama's rape law states that the victim must be an individual who engages in sexual intercourse with a member of the opposite sex by forcible compulsion, or who is incapable of consent by reason of being physically helpless or mentally incapacitated. BuzzFeed reported that because the investigator who interviewed Rondini quickly decided she hadn't fought back against Bunn, she hadn't kicked him or hit him, the investigation concluded that no rape occurred, and the investigator then began building a case against Megan, questioning her for multiple crimes she wasn't even aware she had committed. She did everything that she could to protect herself and to get help, Megan's father, Mike Rondini, told BuzzFeed. She should have gotten that help, and she didn't. That is a failure on everybody's part. The report also noted that in Tuscaloosa, all sexual offense cases are handled by a multi-agency homicide department, and it is up to a grand jury to decide if the cases move forward. Read more, video, innocent man assaulted and kidnapped by police for walking at night. However, according to the captain of Tuscaloosa's homicide department, up to 50% of all reported sexual assaults are labeled special inquiry, which means that the victim does not know what or if anything happened, and the investigators don't think the accusations will result in criminal charges. As of February, Only 10 cases out of 98 sexual assault reports in 2016 were heard by a grand jury, and 12 out of 124 from 2015. Those numbers don't include a few dozen cases that are still pending. The county district attorney's office couldn't say how many sexual assault cases in Tuscaloosa led to formal charges, because it did not begin using a computerized tracking program until late last year. Instead of taking her allegations seriously, investigators picked apart Rondini's story. She claimed that after Bunn forced her to have sex with him, he passed out, and she couldn't get out of his room. She said she tried to escape from the second-story window, but then couldn't find her keys, and went on a frantic search that included taking a gun she found in Bunn's car because she was leaving the house in the middle of the night, alone. The part about Rondini taking the gun was the part investigator Adam Jones seemed intent to focus on. Before I ask you any questions, you got any reasoning behind why you did what you did? Jones said. What do you mean? Rondini said. I just need you to tell me, once we get into the questioning, what your reasoning was about why you did these things, he said. I was never going to hurt anybody with it, Rondini said, crying. I got it just to protect myself, but I don't eat meat. I could never kill anything. Even if it came to that point, I wouldn't have been able to use it on a person. Eventually, Jones returned to Rondini's rape allegations. Based on your statements to me, you said that you never resisted him, he said. I did resist him, Rondini said, listing the ways she did, from repeatedly telling Bunn she wanted to leave to turning away when he kissed her. I wanted to go home, she said. He didn't take me home. Look at it from my side, Jones replied calmly. You never kicked him or hit him or tried to resist him. Ultimately, with help from the Tuscaloosa police, Rondini never filed charges, and Bunn was never held accountable. Rondini left Tuscaloosa and transferred to SMU at the end of the fall 2015 semester, before taking her own life in early 2016. Read more. SWAT team descends onto college campus in response to a man carrying an umbrella. Following the release of BuzzFeed's report, the Bunn family was quick to release a statement, claiming that the report distorted or disregarded matters of fact. While a police investigation found no evidence of sexual assault, the young woman admitted to acts that subjected her to possible criminal prosecution, the statement from the Bunn family said. At one point, the young woman's family took steps to bring civil action against various parties who are the targets of these unfounded accusations. Such action would undoubtedly include demands for financial compensation. The University of Alabama also released a statement, insisting that the recent news accounts do not tell the full story. Information published by news outlets this week has unfortunately ignored some significant facts, the statement from UA said. When Megan went to the hospital, a university advocate met her at the hospital to provide support and stayed with her throughout the examination process. The Rondini family's lawyer, Leroy Maxwell Jr., told AL.com that the family is planning to file a federal Title IX complaint against the University of Alabama by the end of June. Megan was loved by everyone who came in contact with her. Her loss is everyone's loss, Maxwell said. Title IX, the University of Alabama, the Tuscaloosa Sheriff's Department and the overall judicial system in Tuscaloosa let her down on every level. Through litigation, our firm is committed to doing everything in our power to shine a light on Tuscaloosa's systemic problem with sexual assault.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me, and I'm sick of it. So I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.